Today's Tuesday, it's the 6th of May, it's 2025, and we're down in Palmanova. A little bit cooler today, and
back to winter.
Still quite breezy. And the flags are up there, and they're flying. And we've got some chores to do, so that's why we're down here. It's very lucky, really, to be able to include a walk in Palmanova while we've got some little jobs to do, little things that we need to get done. And well, a couple of things before we start then. I just got an email this morning from Frank, who says that they're coming on their first international holiday. Is that what they said? First international holiday to Baleares in July. And Grace is very much looking forward to it. She watches all the videos, so keep watching the videos of Baleares and elsewhere on the island. Hope you have a fantastic holiday. And also just another mention, yesterday we went to the Son Moix football ground to watch the away match in the sports bar, and we were surprised to find Pete there. And Pete was there, not on his own, but with all his family, lots of them, celebrating his 70th birthday by watching an away match of Real Mallorca playing Girona. Unfortunately, the score wasn't very good. Girona haven't won there for the last 2 or 3 months, and they managed to beat Majorca. So Majorca lost 1-0. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see now how the rest of the season goes on. They're still up there with the possibility of some European football next year, but I think the main aim of this season for Real Mallorca was actually to not go down into the second division. And well, they've done that really well, and there's just a few more matches to go. Next week, well actually not next week, this week, later on this week, we've got Saturday afternoon, we've got a home match, so we'll be back down at the ground. It seems an age since we've been there, since we've been away on holiday. Yeah. And then the following week we've got a midweek match against Real Madrid. Ooh, that's away. And Monroe's not very confident about the outcome of that match. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. Just noticing we've got some signs here, no parking here on the 10th of May, that's next Saturday. So next Saturday they'll be celebrating Europe Day down here, and all of these roads will be cut off, and there'll be markets all up and down the front here in Palmanova. Now last night it was pouring down with rain in Girona, close to Barcelona, north of Barcelona. We've actually been to that stadium and been to watch Mallorca play there in the past. But it was pouring down with rain, and we were watching it on the TV, but the people were getting absolutely soaked, all the spectators. It's only a very small ground, not really a proper La Liga ground. Anyway, they managed to beat Mallorca.
Poured with rain here last night.
And then, yeah, during the night, I'm hearing this little pitter-patter, wondering what's going on, and it got louder and louder. It's been quite heavy because it's managed to wash all the car down, which was covered in the mud from the rain a few spots of rain that we've had in the last week or two.
It's back to being quite chilly again. I've got my jacket on.
It does feel a bit more chilly. There's a breeze coming in. Lots of boats out there. There's one of these scooters. Some news about them. And these are all these blue barriers. These will all be used to cordon off the road. It remains to be seen how they're going to do it this year. Whether it's actually on the promenade or whether it goes into the street, into the road, which it has done in the past. So the road actually has been totally cut off from here all the way up to McDonald's. To see. So rain last night, temperatures a degree or two cooler today. But that doesn't stop people getting to the sea. There's some people in the sea over there. And there's always somebody sunbathing. All set up now for the summer.
I know I've got to go straight back to work and it's going to be
Anita was pointing out the other day, there's a poster here for Sonoma. Summer 2025 on sale now.
Yeah, it's closed down.
Summer Sonoma has closed down. Sadly, the owner passed away, and the family decided to close it as a dinner show, or even show. And that poster obviously is a legacy of what was to be, but isn't actually going to happen. Very sad, because Sonoma was always one of our favourite shows to go to, that with pirates here. And used to be lots more of those dinner type shows on the island years ago. Come Fly With Me, yeah.
Where was that?
That was at the casino. And they've gradually gone. And Pirates is the one that's surviving at the moment. And that's something Anita's suggesting that we take the girls to again. They love it there. And we do too. Time, it's 12:20. I didn't notice any temperature on the thermometer, but it definitely felt a little bit cooler, and certainly first thing this morning it was only about 16 or 17 degrees.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Here's the poster for Pirates. Yeah, Pirates Adventure, voted Mallorca's #1 family show, and it's just that it's not far from here. It's a bit more than walking distance, I would say. It's at the other end of Magaluf, far end of Magaluf. You can either catch a bus or a short taxi ride, and it's a great evening entertainment. Well, volleyball nets are usually on the other beach, but we're getting some volleyball nets on this beach today. It's a bit different. This is Ciro's got this great terrace outside where you can have a drink, cocktails, and the restaurant with the amazing views over the beach here. And the all-important public toilets. And these are free, you don't have to pay for those. Most of them in the Calvia area, you do have to pay. Some it's 50 cents, some it's €1. Ciro's does have outside dining. It's a bit chilly and a bit windy for that, I would think, today. And that's bringing in a few waves. The steps we go. couple of people have written to me and asked about what microphone I'm using now. It's called Hollyland. Hollyland Lark is the actual model that I'm using, and it's a wireless microphone, so no cables. So I've got a microphone attached to me, and then the receiver attached to the camera. And yeah, I'm very happy with this. It's taken a bit of getting used to, and I've only had one disaster, and that was because I forgot about it a little bit and left it on all day, and the battery lasts for about 10 hours, but it was literally all day from 9 o'clock in the morning till late in the evening, and the battery didn't last that long. This is the doggy beach. One advantage of the microphone, it actually has I've attached a dead cat. I'll just turn the camera around just so you can see. This is a dead cat. It's just like a furry material that cuts out all the wind noise. And if I hadn't got that on, then it would be very noisy now, because it's quite a breeze blowing, and that's what spoils a lot of the sound. It also has a facility for noise reduction, and that is quite astonishing when it works. And so I'm guessing now you should be able to hear the sea in the background lapping against the rocks, and that's because I don't have the noise reduction on. But we were in Camp de Mar, and I think I turned it on by accident, which is one of the things that I do by accident, and it sort of took out most of the noise of the sea as well. It's really for background noise in noisy bars and restaurants, and that seems to work quite well, though I think I may have noticed a little bit of distortion in the sound, a little bit of wobbliness, but gets rid of that background. So we've got some people swimming in the sea, more volleyball nets out there.
The sea looks lovely, actually.
And it looks lovely, even though it is a little bit rough. Rough by Mallorca standards. It's all relative, isn't it? And even by Palmanova standards, I suppose. I'm still not sure I'm ready to go in the sea yet. Certainly not today. And down here, we're out of the breeze now, and it just feels a lot warmer again. It's find a sheltered spot. Perfect. I do like these temperatures now. Jackie was asking me about my knees and hips and things. Pretty much all of those pains have gone now that I've lost some of the weight that I want to lose. I've not lost it all, but I've lost around 30 kilos now, and it's obviously eased the pressure on my knees, eased the pressure on my hips, making life a lot more comfortable for me.
You still had a nice meal last night.
We did. We so the match wasn't very good, but the football wasn't really up to much, but we had a lovely meal. I had a chicken salad there that was absolutely delicious.
And I had a Mexican burger.
Mexican burger. That was spicy, was it?
It was very.
It was very, I had a little bit of it as well. She let me have a taste. Very nice. I'm just noticing up there, There is a drone flying. Really, I mean, it's something I've thought about, but there are rules and lots of rules and regulations about where you can fly drones. I'm not sure whether that's following them because it's over the public. Yeah.
You have to have permission for that.
I don't know what the exact rules are, but there's a very limited places you can fly drones in Mallorca of any shape or description, even these tiny little ones. And when you're in public areas, it's tricky where you're flying over people. So I've sort of avoided drones, much that I might like one. And instead on 4 different cameras. So one of the chores that we have for today is we need a certificate for our airline when we go to the mainland. Because we're residents here in Mallorca, we get 75% reduction on the price of the flights. And it's supposed to work seamlessly. When you book the flight, you enter your name, you enter your details, and they're supposed to be able to look it up on the system and apply the discount. But for some reason, I think possibly because we are foreign, British, we only have one surname, and the Spanish all have 2 surnames, and we both have middle names, and Spanish don't tend to have middle names. And sometimes they think our middle name is another surname, and anyway, it gets a little bit confusing and a bit complicated, and the system can't work it out. So we have to get a physical copy of the certificate that says we're allowed to travel to the island and get the discount. And there are lots of places we can do that, but one of them is the Tourist Information Office here. So we'll pop in and see if we can get one. Doesn't look as though it's open at the moment, or oh no, they're busy. So there's somebody in there getting served. Perhaps we'll catch it on the way back, shall we?
Yeah. It's open.
Pardon?
It's open all day, is it?
It's open from 9 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's the Paradise Beach. Nice little sunny spot on the beach side. You usually have live entertainment on. They've got big screens as well, so you can watch the football or other sports. Or you can just sit outside and enjoy the sunshine. So, fairly early on in the video, we saw a guy on a scooter, and that brought to mind the fact that in Palma, and we're in Palmanova, which doesn't apply. Palmanova is part of Calvia, but in Palma, which is the main city, they are going to be applying laws, local laws just for the city to those scooters, which specifies where the scooters can travel, how fast they can travel, but the rider has to wear visible clothing, high-vis jackets, which are approved ones. They're not just any high-vis jacket. They've got to be of a certain standard. But they have to wear a helmet, and one which is really going to hit is that they have to have insurance to cover to a certain amount of money, and all of those things are going to be applied at some point during this month, May of 2025. And well, we'll just see what effect that has.
Whether they enforce them as well.
Well, yeah, that is also a case, is that sometimes they suggest that there are laws and then nobody actually bothers or enforces them. Or they may enforce them strongly at the beginning and then forget about them. The laws also apply and are somewhat stricter for companies that rent these scooters out, and they have to have obviously a lot more insurance cover. So yeah, we'll keep our eye on that one. This is the Zell. Used to be the Calablanca, but it's now referred to as the Zell Spa and Body Treatment Centre, or Zell Hotel. It's actually part of the Melia Group, but in conjunction with Rafa Nadal, the former, I suppose I should say now, tennis star. He's now retired from international tennis. Here's Rogers with their new floor, decking up to level with the promenade here, which always did feel a bit strange, because as you were walking past, we were looking down. Still at 2 levels here. And this is where we came with Angela just the other day. This is Barbuda Beach Bar and Grill. We had a lovely time here, nice meal. It was just very noisy when we arrived because of all the hen parties that were going on, and it did quieten down after about an hour, and the hen parties left. Our lesson that we learned was that we should have booked the table an hour later, and that would have been perfect. Lesson learned. This is the Diana Beach Club. Open for breakfast from 8:30 in the morning. And what a lovely situation to have your breakfast right by the beach, looking over the sea, over this wonderful beach here. Some beach toys, paddle boards and pedlos. And lockers, they're useful. You can lock away your valuables. You don't want to be taking your mobile phone out on one of those pedlos, dropping it in the sea. This is a Happy Chinese. We've been asked to go there and do a little bit of a review. Yeah, we have to put it on our list. But I have said that we don't very often go for Chinese meals, so I'll have to look out for that one sometime in the future. Just walking around the Santa Lucia. Shauna keeps sending me the updates on how long it's going to be before they're here in July. We are actually away part of July, so hopefully we'll be able to get to see Shauna and Claire while they're here. Quite big waves coming in here. The wind is blowing right in my face now. Yeah, there's quite a swell out there, and lots of boats. bobbling around. So people at the Santa Lucia are out on the sunbeds and around the pool, even people in the pool. Not sure if they're up to aqua aerobics yet, Shauna. But I'm sure you will be. More toys for the beach. Just coming up now to the old barbecue restaurant, which has had a complete makeover.
We keep advertising competitions on Facebook to get free meals here.
Oh, are you entering?
I haven't.
Oh, right. It looks like they're going to do a mural on here, or they're in the process of doing a mural. There's the ice cream kiosk, which has been moved here. I don't know if that's a temporary move, a permanent move, but it was around the other side while they were doing the building. And there's the... I think we need to keep an eye on that, see what that turns out to. This is going to be called Turtle Beach. It's not open yet, but it's obviously getting very close. Very, very close. They are actually putting cushions out now, so that's how close it's getting. Maybe they're opening today, maybe on our way back they'll be open. Who knows? It is super, super close. And I've mentioned before, it's not the only Turtle Beach. There's going to be a second one in Magaluf. I'm not actually sure where that one is in Magaluf, but they were having a race to see which one would open first. And I don't know how the Magaluf one's going yet. Certainly when we were back in, I was in Magaluf last week, and there's still so much work going on, and the promenade there, it's just such a shame that it's going into the season. And they've said May it will be done, so May is now. So I will go back down there and have another look soon and see if the progress has been made. Most of the promenade was open. It's just the planting of the dunes and the plants that are going with that wasn't complete. So the landscaping, basically. This is the San Matias Beach Hotel, and this is the San Matias Beach, forming the third of the Palmanova beaches, 3 in total. I had a message to say Siobhan's coming again. She's booked up. So looking forward to seeing them. Unfortunately, the rain was in the night, but the big puddles here showing where the rain's collected, so it must have been enough for that. Here we got CISOs and Even though it isn't yet noon, Ciso's is open, people out having a drink. Children's park here. I'm hearing in the distance lots of sirens. That's an ambulance coming down. See them, hear those, you always hope that everyone's okay. This is the medical centre for the beach, and behind that we've got the toilets, and behind that are lockers. Again, somewhere where you can lock your valuables away. And I think it's a great idea for the beach, new addition. We don't particularly go to the beach very often, and when we do, it's at 8 o'clock in the morning. But I always think, you know, all these people, they've probably got their phone, and they've got their watch or other valuables, and they go for a swim. And what do they do with those valuables?
Back. I didn't go from balcony down and balcony.
These little cars back again this season. Lots of fun for the youngsters. 1 to 10 years old, so they've got different size versions, so bigger children can have them. Unfortunately, there isn't one for me.
Or me.
Helicopter going over. I think that might be a police helicopter. Keeping an eye on things down here with its super duper cameras on the side. And the olive tree's open now. VMAX. And the relatively new Calvia Beach House. And we have been there in the past, and we've taken Angela there. A little bit more upmarket, a bit more special. And oh, they're advertising that they've got music as well. This is the Zen Lounge Bar and Grill. Next to the Comodoro Hotel, which had a bit of a facelift over the holiday, and it's all nicely finished and open. Just on the boardwalk here, bouncing up and down. But, all the bars along here now open for business. And then more things that you can do on the sea, including diving. That's your thing. We've got an underwater scooter, €30 for half an hour. Scotsman and JJ Sports Lounge. They're not open yet. I'm sure they will be later on though. And here's your diving centre.
Barcelona tonight.
Sorry?
Into Milan and Barcelona.
Ooh, more football tonight. Yeah, into Milan, Barcelona, and that's available on Amazon Prime, I believe. Got a message yesterday. And then this weekend, I think there's a Classico, isn't there? Did Monroe say there was going to be Madrid-Barcelona? That's interesting because in the following week, Madrid are playing Mallorca. And so the result of the Classico is quite significant because if Madrid manage to win, that'll bring them very close to Barcelona at the top of the table, and they'll be all out for points against Mallorca. Whereas if they lose, then it's going to be much more difficult for them to get the league, top of the league. But either way, it's going to be a very, very difficult match for Mallorca. So, well, we'll see. Well, they've got really loud music here now. And I've just gone past the music. That's the bar. This is all to the, it used to be the Hawaii Hotel, it's now the Leonardo. And this is the little water park area, which thankfully isn't on at the moment, otherwise I'd be getting wet. We like to come to this end, gives us a chance to see some of the boats. And a view of Palma, and there is actually in the distance there is a cruise ship that we can see in there. Let's see if we can find somewhere to go for a coffee. It's a Leonardo Hotel. Kiddies play area. And this swimming pool here, which is to the Leonardo, it's a really different pool. It's very long and narrow. Runs along the side of the beach or along the side of the seawall, and there's the noisy item that's causing the music. And we're walking along here and we saw a gentleman who'd been watching the videos, and that was in the very, very early days. It sort of came as a bit of a surprise that he recognised us and that he was watching the videos. Lots of people on the quayside there. Not sure what they're waiting for. Maybe there's a boat coming in so they can go on a little trip. boards here are very, very springy. Tend to bounce up and down. Here's one of these boards which you can stand up and ride on, a surfboard, and it's got an engine in it. It's got a whole set of them down there.
Ah, ok.
Oh, thank you. Okay. It's nice to see that there are a few younger people that watch our videos as well.
Probably because of their parents.
You think so? Not their grandparents.
Probably my great-grandparents.
I do get an age profile on the YouTube, and it is most of the people, about almost half of the people are our age that watch the videos. And the most surprising statistic that I saw was that over 70% of people who watch our videos watch them on TV. Not on a phone, not on a mobile phone, not on a tablet or a computer, but whoa, hello. 70%. Yeah. So I hope it's coming through loud and clear, particularly clear. Yeah, see if we can find somewhere. Well, we managed to stop off at the Olive Tree and go and have a coffee, and we managed to find a shady place to sit. So we're protected from the sun, and we've still got a magnificent view. So there we are, we've got the view out there, just one of the Britannia boats going out, as we saw the people queuing up to go, and there's the famous olive tree of the Olive Tree. Well, originally we decided we'd have a coffee, but Anita dragged me down.
Impromptu lunch.
And a little impromptu lunch, and of course a little drink to go with it. So
Cheers.
Anita's on the rosé wine now for a change, and I've got a nice small beer. Cheers, everyone. It is after 1 o'clock now, by the way. So they do wraps here at the Olive Tree, and we thought we'd go for this. This one's the Cajun chicken wrap. And over here we've got a goat's cheese wrap. So we thought we'd have two different wraps, and we'll share, so we can have a little of each. And we've got some olive tree water to go with that. Not sure what olive tree water is, but there we go, olive tree water. Well, that's the bill. So €33.93 for our lunch, and that's with all the drinks included. Well, that was a lovely lunch. A little bit
impromptu lunch, unexpected.
definitely impromptu. We didn't plan that at all.
I was going to have a leftover peppy tuddelum.
Oh dear. Well, that's your dinner then, sorted. Filling up. Yeah, she did that the other day, left a parasol behind. I should go and get it. Look, she's got a parasol back. That's the second time she's left it in a
Could
a
you
bar or
realise
restaurant.
then?
Yeah, where was it before you left it and you had to go running back?
I didn't remember where that was.
And we were a little bit further than... Oh, I know where it was. It was when we were at Savinja at the
Oh yes, yeah.
cancer charity event, which was very successful. I don't know exactly how much money they raised, but I think it was a substantial amount. And all that goes to help support the work that the cancer support group do. And in helping people, they go and do translations for people at the hospitals, and they support people through their care and all of the things that they have to have done while they're suffering with cancer. So really happy that they did well. Of course, we'll continue to support them whatever way we can. According to the weather forecast, the temperature is a bit cooler today, but then going back up tomorrow and the rest of the week. So typical sort of temperature at the moment, sort of 23, 24 degrees in the middle of the day. Obviously going down at night, but not really cold, maybe 15 degrees, 14, 15 degrees at night time. But we've got the warmer nights are going to be coming. This is CISO's, they've actually got some live music. Singer there. CISO Beach.
Nice.
As I came out, my battery that was in the camera had already run flat. It hadn't been charged. I thought it was plugged in overnight, but apparently not. Anyway, I had to put my spare battery in, so not sure how much longer this battery's got left on it. So if I get cut off, you'll know where I've gone. So, rescue vehicle. Back going past the San Matias Beach. So we've still got our chores to do. One of them has been cancelled though, because we've been for lunch. We don't need to have much of a meal later on this afternoon, so we don't need to go shopping really.
But just to say that the wraps were delicious. Steve
Those
doesn't usually
wraps.
like wraps.
No, but they were very good, and I'll definitely have those again.
Goat's cheese
I do like goat's cheese though.
and Cajun chicken.
And here's Turtle Beach. Are people actually sitting in there? Or are they just the workers discussing where to do the next bit of work? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Now, It's almost there, but not quite. This is the Santa Lucia.
Beautiful roses here again.
Lovely
My
red.
roses have had some caterpillars on them in the garden. These haven't.
Takes you through to the beach there, into the Barbuda, and the other side of the happy Chinese. Something setting up or something taking down? I think something's setting up there. Something look a bit different. It's Jalicious. One of our regular stop-off points for a beer. Across the road, Monroe's. Jim will be happy. They're open. And of course, Taylor's on this side. Been open for some time. Nice to have the sun on your back. It's like that warmth. Tandoori night over there, one of the places we go to for an Indian now and again.
Surprised you're not going for an Indian tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, tomorrow I've got the lads' lunch and we're going to El Cruce, where they do a menu del dia. So that's what we'll be having. It's quite a good menu del dia. This is the other Indian restaurant that had a for sale sign on it, which is open and not for sale, or sold, I don't know. We haven't been to that one yet. There's so many places to go to and you just Can't do it all. Banana Joe's open over there, Castaways, everything now. Open as it should be. Hi. Casa Chiringo across the road. There's also somewhere I quite like to try. It's an arroceria, means they do rice dishes, paellas, and a vinoteca. Sure what a vinoteca is, but I'd like to find out. Right, so we've got to go to the tourist information office and see if we can get our certificados. Well, that was easy and free and quick, and we have our certificates now, which last for 6 months. I shouldn't actually need them really. If the airline can contact Calvia through their electronic systems, then it should work automatically, but for some reason it didn't work.
To keep on the register as well anyway.
Yeah, so yeah, well, you just need to make sure that you're on the register. If you're a resident here, they kick you off the register if you're not registering now and again. Anyway, we're obviously still on it, and we've got our certificates which will keep us going for 6 months for trips to the mainland or to the other islands. So yeah, so if we wanted to go from here to Mallorca or Ibiza, we'd use those certificates and get the 75% reduction in the airfare. It's not, when you say 75%, it's not exactly 75% because you still have to pay the taxes and all of those other these, and so it's not as low as you might expect it to be. 22 degrees Celsius here.
Cut these in half, can't I?
Yeah. We also get it if we're going to somewhere like Las Palmas. So we want to go to the Canary Islands, you get a 75% reduction. It's a considerable reduction, and we've not actually done that. We nearly did it this year, but we ended up in Calamayor instead. But it's certainly an option for the winter if there are direct flights. Problem with the Canary Islands is that, well, up until recently there didn't used to be direct flights, and so I've been to Gran Canaria before and had to go via Madrid, which makes it a lot of travelling because you get to Madrid, it's an hour and a half, and then you've got to wait for that flight, and then it's a long flight from Madrid down to the Canaries. So if you get a direct flight from here,
Away, isn't it, though, the Canaries?
it is, yeah. But it's not so bad if you're flying directly from here. But I think as a winter destination, I think that may be something we should consider for the winter time. Certainly warmer there in the winter time than it is here. Well, I think I'm going to have to finish the video because the battery's down on just a few percent. So before it goes completely, I'd just like to thank you all for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.